Okay, Algebra 2 students, this is 9-2, video number 1. This is on page 9. Before I show you that, I want to show you the answer to your turn problem at the end of the last video. So there is the answer to that your turn from the last 9-1 video. So pause the video, check your answer there. And then we're going to get right into section 9.2. So section 9.2 is all about angles on the coordinate grid. So we're used to, our coordinate grid with the x and y axis, and we're used to plotting points and maybe sketching some graphs through those points. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at angles on the coordinate grid. So you look at angles in geometry, but I don't think you look at them on the coordinate grid. So first, some vocab here. When we draw an angle, I'm going to show you over here how we draw it. We start it here on the x-axis, and then if we're drawing a positive angle, we rotate it up like this. So you can see this is an angle that started here and rotated here. So here's my angle. So this starting side, the initial side of an angle, is the fixed ray of an angle. And we talk about this later too, but our angles are always going to start on this x-axis. So we're going to rotate up. We are also going to rotate down. Let's keep going here. So the terminal side is after I rotate, it's this side. So the ray of an angle that has been rotated around the vertex. So again, I start my angles on the x-axis and I rotate them. So if I rotate straight up and down here, that's going to be a 90-degree angle. This is, somewhere between 90. If I go all the way around, I'm at a 180, right? When we say you did a 180 on your skateboard, you're facing in the opposite direction. So this is 90 degrees, 80 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees. If I do a full circle, right, that's a 360 degrees, or 0 degrees, because if I start here and I don't rotate anywhere, that's an angle of 0 degrees. All the way around would be an angle of 360 degrees. So if an angle has a positive measure, the terminal side rotates counterclockwise. So that's going to look like starting here and rotating counterclockwise. These we're going to call positive angle measures. So this angle right here, this has a positive angle measure. I don't know what it is. It's somewhere between 90, it looks like maybe 120. A negative angle is going to be when I start at the x-axis and I rotate clockwise. So I'm going to start here, there's my initial side, and I'm going to rotate down. So counterclockwise is the direction, and the angle measure will be negative. What should we call that? Negative 100 degrees, we'll call that. Okay? So start at the x-axis and rotate up. That's a positive. Start at the x-axis and rotate down. That's a negative angle. Angles are in standard position, an angle in the coordinate plane such that its vertex is at the origin and its initial side lies on the x-axis. So all of those angles I just showed you here, this one, are in standard position. The vertex of the angle is at the origin. Guess I didn't draw an angle here. Let me draw an angle. And the initial side is the x-axis. So that's your standard position. Coterminal angles are two angles whose terminal side coincides or are the same. To find coterminal angles, add or subtract 360 degrees. We'll get into this a little later, but right now just fill out that vocab. All right, let's see what it looks like when we're drawing some of these angles. So they're telling me to draw a 70-degree angle. Remember, straight up here is 90, this is 180, this is 270, and this is 360. So if I'm drawing a 70-degree angle, I'm going to start, my initial side is going to be the x-axis here, and I'm going to rotate 70 degrees. So all the way up here is 90, so this is going to be kind of an estimate, right? I don't know if this is exactly 70, but I'm going to label it 70 degrees. This is my angle. This angle measure in here is 70 degrees. So this is how you want to draw them. Initial side, terminal side, you want to show the direction of your angle and you want to label the degree measure. So 260, so this is 90, I got to go past that. This is 180, I got to go past 180 because 260 is bigger than 180. All the way down on the bottom is 270, so I want to go almost down here. Remember, I'm always going to start my angle here on the x-axis because we're writing these in standard position. So the vertex will be at the origin, initial side will be the x-axis, and I want to rotate 270 degrees. So I'm going to go past 90, past 180, not quite to 270 because I want 260, but close. So I'm going to put my terminal side there. I'm rotating counterclockwise, so I want to draw that little semicircle with the arrow and then label my angle measure 260 degrees. So when you're asked to draw these, you got to do it just like this. Make sure you label your direction. That arrow says that I went from here to here, and label your angle measure. Okay, turn the page. Let's do a couple more. 110. So remind yourself, this is 90. This is 180. I'm going to start here on the x-axis because these are in standard position. I'm going to say 110, maybe right there. That's my terminal side, rotating counterclockwise, 110 degrees. Okay, I'm going to say pause the video right now and try this one yourself. Okay, this is what you should have. Initial side, terminal side. The angle measure was 340. Remember, all the way around is 360. So if I went all the way around, that'd be 360. So I went a little less than that to 340. Okay, I'm going to save these negative ones for another video.